Look in the mirror right now. Go ahead. That face looking back at you feels familiar. It feels true. It's the same face you've seen 10,000 times, the one you assume you know better than anyone else on earth. You don't. That face has been lying to you since the moment you were born, and it's about to keep doing it for the rest of your life. Here's the first lie. The face in your mirror is not the face other people see. It's reversed, flipped left to right. Your part is on the wrong side. Your smile curves the opposite way it does in every photograph. Scientists have a name for this mismatch, and it explains something you've probably felt but never understood. Why do you almost always hate photos of yourself, while your reflection looks perfectly fine? A psychologist named Robert Zajonc studied something called the mere exposure effect, the simple finding that people prefer things they see more often, even when they aren't consciously aware they've seen them before. You see your mirror face every single day. You see your photo face almost never. Your brain has quietly decided the mirror version is the correct one, simply through repetition. So when a photo shows up with your features flipped, something feels off. Not because the photo is wrong, because it's the one telling the truth. Your face has already deceived you, and you haven't even left the bathroom. The second lie is stranger, and it happens without your permission, dozens of times a day. Your face doesn't just show your emotions, it creates them. There's a famous experiment run by a researcher named Fritz Strack in the 1980s. Strack had people hold a pen in their mouth in one of two ways. Some held it with their teeth, which forces the same muscles used in a genuine smile. Others held it with their lips, which makes smiling almost impossible. Neither group was told to feel anything in particular. They were just asked to rate how funny a set of cartoons were. The teeth group, the ones physically smiling without knowing it, rated the cartoons as significantly funnier. Nothing about the cartoons changed. Only the muscles in their faces changed. And that was enough to shift what they felt inside. This is called the facial feedback hypothesis, and it flips the assumption most people carry around their whole lives. You think your face is a mirror of your emotions, a screen that displays what's already happening inside your mind, but the wiring runs both directions. Your face doesn't just report to your brain, it reports to itself. It manufactures the very feeling it's supposed to be reflecting, which means every time you force a smile at someone you don't particularly like, some tiny signal is traveling backward into your own nervous system, nudging you just slightly toward actually liking them a bit more. Your face isn't just lying to the people around you, it's lying to you. So if your expressions can manufacture emotion, can they also hide it? This is where the story gets genuinely unsettling. A psychologist named Paul Ekman spent decades studying what he called micro-expressions, flashes of true emotion that appear on the human face for less than half a second before being suppressed and replaced with whatever expression a person intends to show. Ekman worked with intelligence agencies, law enforcement, and clinical psychiatric patients, training himself and others to catch these flickers most people never notice. Here's what he found. Before you can consciously decide how to present yourself, your face has already told the truth. A flash of contempt, a flicker of fear, a half second of genuine sadness hiding underneath a smile that arrives one beat too late. Your conscious mind takes roughly a quarter of a second longer to construct the polite, socially acceptable version of your expression. In that gap, the real one leaks through. You've been doing this since childhood, and so has everyone you've ever met. Every uncomfortable conversation, every forced pleasantry, every moment you smiled through something that actually hurt, your face told the truth first and then quickly covered its tracks. Now think about what this means for the version of yourself you believe you're presenting to the world. You imagine you're in control of your expressions, calm during an argument, composed during bad news, confident during a first date. But there's a small window, faster than thought, where your face says something entirely different, and the person across from you may have caught it without even realizing why they suddenly felt suspicious, or comforted, or unsettled. Your face has an entire secret language running underneath the one you think you're speaking. There's one more layer to this, and it might be the strangest of all. You don't actually know what your own resting face looks like. Not really. Researchers studying self-perception have found that most people carry a mental image of their neutral expression that doesn't match reality at all. People who believe they look calm are frequently perceived by others as bored, irritated, or upset. A mismatch popularized in modern conversation as resting face syndrome, but rooted in something much older. Your brain almost never gets outside feedback on what your face is doing when you're not actively performing an emotion. You feel neutral on the inside. You have no reliable way of knowing what that neutrality broadcasts on the outside. So people have been reacting to a face you've never actually seen. Put all of this together, and a strange picture starts to form. The face you see in the mirror isn't the one others see. The expressions you make don't just reflect your emotions, they help create them. Beneath every expression you consciously choose, a faster, truer one flashes first. And even your resting, doing nothing face is broadcasting something you have no direct access to. You've spent your entire life assuming your face is a transparent window into what's happening inside you. In reality, it's more like a translator with its own opinions. One that edits, delays, exaggerates, and occasionally fabricates the very thing it's supposed to be reporting. Ancient philosophers used to talk about the face as the mirror of the soul, a place where inner truth surfaces for anyone paying attention. Modern science agrees with half of that. The truth does surface. It's just faster and more fleeting than anyone assumed, gone in a fraction of a second, replaced by whatever version you've trained yourself to present. And in some strange loop nobody fully expected, presenting that version can end up changing the truth underneath it. Which brings you back to the mirror. Look again. That face still feels familiar. It still feels like yours, in the most complete sense of the word. But now you know it's flipped from what everyone else sees. You know it can talk your own brain into feelings you didn't choose. You know it tells the truth for a fraction of a second before quietly rewriting itself. And you know that even at rest, it might be saying something you have never once heard. That face looking back at you feels true. It's the same face you've seen 10,000 times, and you still don't know it at all.